Hey there, my name is Dawood Miracle, and I'm the co-founder of a branding and web design agency that we call Doing Good. Now, we stumbled across your website a while ago while doing some research for one of our clients who's in the industry. And when we saw your site, we saw there were some areas that we felt you could improve on. So we wanted to make this video and reach out to you and share those ideas with you. Now, while this may seem to come completely out of the blue, I wanted you to know that this is something we do on a regular basis. We love the health and wellness industry. It's really where our passion lies. It's one of the reasons we call our companies Doing Good, because we want to do good in the world for people that are also doing good in the world. And so when we find sites that need help, we often do these short videos just to kind of point out some areas where you could do a better job using your website to attract more of the ideal clients you're looking for. And so it's not odd for us to do that. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes going through your site and offering some ideas of where we feel you could do better with your website. You could improve your website, and not just from the sense of branding or layout. It's really from the sense of how do you use your website to communicate more effectively to the people that you want to have become clients. And so let me just jump in. I wanted to say first that this section up here is excellent. It's really well done in the sense that I can immediately, when I come to your website, whether it's on my desktop laptop or a mobile device, I can immediately schedule an appointment, and then I have this phone number that I can call. Now, the really odd thing is why this is up here twice. I don't know. It doesn't need to be here twice. Definitely something that you want to think about. But one positive though is being able to tap on. You can see that this becomes a link. Being able to tap on the phone number allows me to call you directly from my mobile device without having to copy and paste the text. So that's a really, really good thing. Another thing that I found really valuable as I was looking at your site um, is, where can you be found? Where else are you guys posting content that you think would be valuable? And the fact that you're on the Huff, Thumbtack, these are areas where there's a lot of traffic, a lot of you could say social proof that you guys know what you're talking about, and that's really, really positive. Um, we also really like your logo. We like how it feels. We like that it's a tree. We like the colors. And so, just some areas we wanted to point out where you guys are doing a really good job. Where we think you could begin to use some help is one, this whole header section up here isn't well used in the sense that we've got a lot of wasted space to the left and the right of the logo. And while it might be nice to have the logo centered, it may be more beneficial to have the logo over on one side, left or the right, often the left, so that you could take advantage of this space up here in order to have more content people can dig into right away. So just something maybe to think about a little bit is just using this header space more valuably. That's a word. In a more valuable way. Excuse me. Now, the reason this is so critical is that often people are going to find your website and they may not bother to scroll down. And so using this space up in here in order to communicate exactly, let me say it this way, communicate in a way that you can exactly explain to people that they're in the right place is really critical. Navigation bar and such, fine, no real problems with it. We make some suggestions maybe if we get a chance to talk. Where I want to focus next though is in this slideshow. Now the photos are beautiful. We love the quotes. We love using quotes on websites. But you can see that the slideshow doesn't really have that much value. In other words, what I'm looking for when I come to a website, if I'm a potential client, if I'm a consumer, if you will, is I'm looking for am I in the right place and how can you benefit me? What is my relationship with you as a practitioner, set of practitioners? What am I going to receive from that? And so I kind of get a little bit of that here, though you're telling me more about you guys than about me. I don't get really any of it from the quote, and it's not until I come down here, all this far down on the homepage, where I really get to understand a little bit about what you do. However, this text isn't really communicating to me what I get from working with you. So we often say about websites that you as a business owner don't really need a website. The clients that you're looking to bring in, they're the ones who really need the website. So every choice that you make on your site should really be about drawing in your clients and communicating with them in the way that's most effective to them understanding that they're going to receive value from you. I already realized as I'm saying this that I'm going to go on longer with this video than I normally would, so forgive me. Again, hopefully you find some value from this. So the slideshow either needs to be used in a different way, a more effective way, or it needs maybe to be changed into something that's much more direct and to the point as far as how it is that you can help me. Again, the quotes are nice, but they don't really give me anything to connect to as far as myself. You can also see if I just leave this here, the slideshow, even when I was up here on the homepage, the slideshow moving kind of gets in the way of my intention if I was reading content. If I'm down here reading the welcome statement, this is going to move and it's going to impede my focus on this copy that you have here. So again, just something to consider. Another area where we think you could use some help is in buttons in general. Don't feel like the buttons are engaging enough to want to click on. They should be a little bit larger. The text may be a little bit larger. Certainly look more like a button than just squared off. Something that I want to click on. And the text in the button, something that entices me, like more. I'm not, read more. More is, it's interpreted. And it's probably clear to most people, but telling people learn more about our counseling services, for instance, maybe that's a little long for a button, but it gives you an idea of that I want to click more and learn more about these things. Um, Another thing to think about is we're really big still, even in 2019, we're really big on email marketing. It's incredibly valuable. But I think you would find that more people would subscribe to your list if you had something to offer them. If you had some sort of, it's called a lot of things. It's called a lead magnet, but something, 8 tips for yada yada. A short assessment. How can you self-assess whether you can use our services? Are you the right person for coaching services? Something of value, something you could put together simply that people could find value in, so that they would want to sign up for your subscriber list. And then I think you'd find that you'd have more subscribers. Also, maybe not calling it subscribe. People don't really like to subscribe to things, even though I've used that word repeatedly. People like to join. They like to receive. They like to get something free. So just changing the text in that button would be helpful. I'm going to keep going here on the home page because you've done a really nice job with photographs here. These are really nice. We think they communicate well what you're trying to offer. What we do though is we don't know if people understand what coaching, what health and nutrition services. Having a short paragraph would clarify, and that short paragraph not being about this is what nutrition services are about, but what can I receive? How can my life change? How can my life get better from explaining in, 50 words, 42 words, 61 words, whatever it is. But a short paragraph under each of these that explain the services a bit so that I know that, one, I'm choosing the right service for me, but two, is that I know how these services are going to positively affect my life. And I already mentioned the thing about Huff, so Huff and the social proof you have below here. Having some testimonials on your homepage could also be really valuable, especially if you have some clients that have done really nice work. Now, testimonials are a little tricky when you get into things like counseling services because people may or may not want to have their face or their name. So we have ways around that. I mean, not using people's photos, using people's initials, using an avatar that represents your client. There's a lot of ways that you can add testimonials without affecting people's privacy. I'm going to click here and go into the counseling service page. So as we go deeper into the site, this feels still a little disjointed at the top here. I'm wondering what that is right there. Looks like some kind of anomaly, but anyway. Let's scroll down a little bit. So content-wise, as we get past the homepage, we think there's really good opportunities. There's some really good pieces here that share, again, what it is that people get. It'd be lovely to know you have all these services and all these things you can do, but what do I get from it? What's going to change? How will my life change if I work with you on my grief, or we focus on stress management? What's going to be better about my life? Thinking about how you're going to adjust your content so that it speaks to me as a potential client, as opposed to just a list of services. If you look around to your competitors in the area, they're all going to have lists of services, list of treatments, list of areas that we can support you. What they're going to miss on though, and most of your competitors or peers will be the same. They're going to miss on the opportunity to say, this is how your life can change if you work on these issues. That's what people are really looking for. They're looking for that hope that I can get the life I want by working through my issues. So just something to think about. The other thing is, you mentioned here about contacting us. First of all, contact us. This should be a link to your contact page. A free phone or in-person consultation. Now, what's unclear here is, do I have to schedule a consultation? Do I have to schedule an appointment for what? How does this work? It's unclear as to what it is that I need to do first in order to engage with you. Now, I know that from talking to your staff, you have I'm going to call her an intake person. Forgive me for using the wrong term. But you have someone who's there to guide people to the right service, the right practitioners. It'd be really nice to speak to that and say that here, that we have somebody who, you don't have to guess. You don't have to guess what services you need. The free consultation will actually help you know which practitioner to schedule with, and what you can work on specifically with them. So another opportunity that's maybe missed a little bit. Um, let's see. Let me. Sorry, I just wanted to take a second and kind of think this through. Now let's look at um, your FAQs for a second. So again, I think another area where you're missing opportunity. Um, so a lot of this is about you guys and like the questions people might have again about insurance or fees. Um, where are my questions about what I can receive as far as service? And so again, consider that. Consider how you can use the FAQ section to speak to those, 8 or 10 questions that you guys get asked on a regular basis that you can answer with your website, so that when people call or people contact you, they're a step further down the path at knowing what it is they want to do. Also, this section here, these bullet points could easily be turned into a paragraph that we could use back on the homepage. I mentioned that, so the text that was there was really solid, and so turning that into a short paragraph that you can give people, again, what is it they're going to get from each of the services. So you've kind of listed that here. So you kind of already have a bit of content written for that. I wanted to go to, I think it was the contact page that I looked at. Yeah, so the contact page is there's some bits here that we feel could be better. One is we're not seeing a map of how to get to your location. So that would be something to consider here. If you have the address, it's really easy to connect to Google Maps. The phone number, it's good that these are all clickable. I still don't know. Oh, I get now why you're calling versus texting. You're actually taking contacts versus text. Probably. Yeah, okay, I get that now. I didn't catch that at first, so forgive me. So I understand the text and call. Though I think the fact that I'm a web developer and a business expert and I'm confused, you may lead to your potential patients being confused. Now I mentioned testimonials earlier. This section I think is a little. It's sad really. If you guys have these excellent reviews that I found over here, it'd be really nice to, one, have those updated, but two, have those listed a little bit more here on the websites. I mean, as I go to, oops, trying to click that tab. As I go here, it'd be nice to have these testimonials available for me, and have them updated. I mean, these are roughly a year old at this point, and have them so that they list here and they're updated. These are all things that we could figure out. And encouraging people to leave you reviews would be a really positive thing as well. We can talk about a strategy for how do you get people, once they've had a few sessions with your staff, how do they how do you encourage them to actually leave reviews, and where should they leave reviews? Is Thumbtack the right place? Is it Google Business? Is it Yelp? Like, where is it, and how can we best use those services? Um, Also here, this may not be the right place to book an appointment. What you may want is a different tab up here for booking an appointment, because this gets a little confusing. So first we have the phone numbers and text, then I can book an appointment, and maybe I can also write an email. And so this all kind of, the first thing to think about is what's the primary way that you want people to contact you. And once you know that, then you can kind of restructure, reorganize this page a little bit. Maybe it is through the web form. Maybe you want people to text you. Like, let's make that really clear, the best way to communicate. Having book an appointment and asking questions, just again, a little confusing for your users as far as how they're going to best use your website, how they're going to best fill out the form. Um, these what I'm talking about here are subtle things that start to set people's questions in their mind as far as what they expect, and how they're going to ultimately use your website. So I want to go to the Who We Are page, and I want to mention that lovely pictures. These look like they were professionally taken. They're excellent photos. Really appreciate the bios and the details. Um, having these links. By the way, here's a typo. No space here by psychology. You're using WordPress, you can easily change that. Anyway, right here, you want to put a space. Excuse me. So not a lot, I think, to change on the About page. There may be some fun layout things that we could look at doing, but you've done a really good job here with this page. And overall, really, I mean, the site is attractive and the site is nice. We just think there's a number of missed opportunities, and we have this feeling, without really communicating with you yet, we have this feeling that you guys do a really excellent job, like really high quality service. And so we'd like to see a website that actually communicates that to people, that shares how good you guys, where is that coming from? Anyway, that shares how effectively your services are in helping people update and change their lives. And so what we'd love to do is have a chance to chat, maybe a 15, 20-minute chat, get your questions answered, see if there's any synergy, see if there's any connection, and whether or not you guys want to discuss, going further with this. And we do this, of course, this is a lead generator for us, and, we're not going to hide that. Um, some people end up working with us, some people don't, and that's fine. But what we really want to do is provide that value. We want you to see where you have opportunities that aren't being taken advantage of within your website, and we can help you, at least create a plan to go forward. Um, so if we were to talk, maybe a 15 to 20-minute phone call will give you guys plenty of opportunity to get your questions answered. We're really not looking to sell you anything. We build all of our, we've been in business 25 years, and we've built all our client base on relationships. And so if it fits, great. If it doesn't, take from what we've said and move on, honestly. Um, but more than anything, we want to be useful to you. We want you to see the opportunities that may be there that you're not seeing otherwise. And so I want to close by reminding you that my name is Daoud Miracle. Miracle is my last name. Um, I'm a brand and website builder at Doing Good, our branding and web design agency. And in a nutshell, what we try to do is build thriving brands with remarkable websites so that you can get the clients and patients that you really want. Now, we'd love to talk with you more and see if there's anything we could do for you. We also have an idea of how you guys could get an updated or amplified website and do so in a way that's cost effective. So give me a call, email me back, and let's take the time to schedule an appointment, have a short chat, and we can go from there. So this is Daoud. I want to thank you so much for your time. Sorry for the length of this video. Just kind of excited about you guys and your site. So um, if we can, we'd love to have a chat. Anyway, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.